Welcome to Daniel Arsham's exhibition at the Venice Biennale. We came to Venice to look at the whole art biennale that's going on, and it's a paid ticketed event, and we ended up actually coming to see my favourite artist, which happened to be at a free exhibition, which is nice. You can tell that it's the middle of summer in Venice because nothing's open and it's extremely hot and nobody's here, but we decided to come to the art biennale. I think biennale means it's twice a year or every other year. No one knows. I'm sure an Italian knows. Please comment. I'm guessing it's every other year, but at this year's biennale there's a special exhibition on the work of Daniel Arsham, who's one of my favourite artists. He commonly does pieces of art that are sort of sculptures that are a mixture of old sort of Roman Greco sculptures that look like they've been sort of discovered in an archaeological dig. He does a lot of work in plaster, ash, bronze with crystals and rare earth minerals inside the work as well. So he collaborates a lot with automotive brands. He does a lot of work with Porsche that he does himself. He customizes his own Safari ones, which are really cool. And this is a collaboration he's done with MV Agusta, the historic motorcycle brand. It's presented in the Cesare di Santa Catalina in Venice, which is sort of out of the way of the rest of the Biennale, and it's in this amazing Renaissance church. So it's quite interesting because you've got like the original historic sculptures next to his modern interpretations of this theoretical dystopian world where they get discovered and unearthed, and they include things like stormtroopers mixed in with Roman Greco sculptures and even like a mixture of Roman Greco and anime to show the contrast. It's really cool, actually. He's taken a Superveloce 800, which is a 3-cylinder bike with 150 horsepower, and he's made I want to say a one-off, but it's a collaboration. They've actually made 6 units. It's an 800cc, 150 horsepower bike, and much in the way of a lot of the rest of his artwork, he's used his same kind of like tonal themes in its design. So he's got the sort of the matte white paintwork with the blue, the sort of sky blue detailing from like the fabric on the seats to the branding, and then he's got his iconic crystals embedded in the bodywork. There's no price for this bike, but as I said, it's limited to 6 units, and they've all been sold to the top clients for MV Agusta or Daniel Arsham's biggest collectors, which in my opinion is a bit of a shame, because I think that collaborations like this between artists and the automotive industry is a great thing to do, but I want to see them on the road, and when there's only 6 and you can't buy them, then I very doubt it will ever touch the road, really, because it will probably be locked away in a collection somewhere. And yeah, I kind of miss the days of when Mini would do a collaboration with Mary Quant, for example, in the 80s, and they made 2,000 of those. So I remember when I was learning to drive, and you could get a Mary Quant Mini on eBay for 1,500 quid, and this is probably hundreds of thousands, if not more. And yeah, maybe you will see it at a show, but I highly doubt it. I don't even know if this one is Arsham's himself, or if it's in his collection or another collection. Who knows? I love the white on white look. I think, in my opinion, just from a design perspective, if I wanted to be picky, like you could probably have like cerakoted some more of the engine components in white or in the sky blue. You could have done all the bolts in blue. Maybe the brakes as well, but I understand him wanting to get the contrast, but I think that maybe there could have been some more elements done in white that could have made it like even more like some of the other sculptures where they're very, very sort of monochromatic and tonal. The bike design itself isn't changed, so it is basically a colour and trim project with the crystals embedded in the bodywork. I think that he could have, like, for example, redesigned the tank or some of the fairings, but I understand he's taking what is their new popular bike, and he's sort of giving it a new lease on life, really. The exhaust could have been cerakoted as well. Like the carbon fibre trim on the exhaust doesn't really give me that sculptural feel, because it's carbon fiber is such a technical material. It kind of has this like feeling of it being a bit too sporty, whereas the rest of the bike is like very pure, and it's like it looks like it is sculpted out of stone. Sorry if I'm on this video I'm sweating profusely, but that's because, as I said, it is hotter than a Murano glass furnace in here. I'm whispering slightly because I'm in a museum. He's also done the stand. I mean, personally, it's cool, but if you're only making 6 bikes, you could make the stand like a sculpture in itself. It could be also cast in something else, you know, with the crystals. But I guess it does have to be functional, so maybe there's some requirements there. The exhibition itself is on for another month, so I would highly recommend coming to see it. And like I said, it is free, so if you can get yourself to Venice and survive the heat, which I'm struggling to, which is probably why I look like a hot mess, you can get here. Definitely highly recommend coming to see it, because I've followed Daniel Arsham for years, and seeing his work in person is pretty cool, actually. The scale of his paintings and sculptures are ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how you paint something that high. Scaffolding, I guess. He's also presented a bronze sculpture of a DeLorean. I'm guessing it's like 1/3 scale, looks it. Maybe 1/4 actually. And yeah, it's quite interesting because bronze itself naturally ages over time. So he's kind of thought, oh, Back to the Future, DeLorean, popular culture reference. Imagine this car was buried for 1,000 years. It's fossilized, probably more than 1,000 years. It's fossilized, it's unearthed. It's like a time capsule, but it's weathered, it's eroded. And yeah, the bronze has been artificially weathered to sort of give it this look, which is really cool. It'd almost be cool to see like an actual drivable vehicle with this kind of work on it. And then he has these, I assume they're polished brass crystals in there, so they're part of the same moulding, would be my assumption. Very cool. Imagine having this in your living room. You're like, oh yeah, welcome to my house. Here's my Arsham sculpture. It's just a massive DeLorean. Thank you for joining me on the walk around of Daniel Arsham's one-off bike. I hope to see more artists collaborating with automotive brands, to be honest with you. We're going to head out to the rest of the Biennale, so please like and subscribe, and share with your friends, bell notifications and stuff, I guess. And I'm going to go and melt some more.